Catalytic converter thefts have become an ongoing issue here in Kern County, leading to new laws being implemented to help with the problem. But now there's another form of theft on the rise. Here's 23 ABC's Ruby Rivera with how the theft of backflows could impact the businesses you visit.
These backflow valves allow businesses like this coffee bean behind me to have access to clean water which is then used for plumbing or to make food and drinks. But a sudden cutoff in supply could mean a production delay for businesses everywhere.
They're made of solid brass. Very little springs and very little non-brass product in it. They're very heavy, and brass is good as copper. It's a salvage and recyclable material.
Plumbing contractor Lonnie Gonzalez says on Monday they noticed 6 backflows were cut out around the Buena Vista Road. He says the next day they found 4 more missing around Coffee Bean and another cut out from St. John's Church. I reached out to the Coffee Bean, but they declined for an interview. However, the manager did tell me they noticed their backflow was cut out around 4:30 Wednesday morning when the store was opening. Based on security footage, the theft happened just hours before opening. You can see the person walking towards the direction of their backflow valve. Gonzalez says oftentimes these thefts cost more to replace than what people are actually reselling them for.
I'm going to assume they can probably get maybe $30, $25, $30 for a unit. But the cost to replace them at the wholesale level is $980.
Coffee Bean Management says this was their situation exactly. Losing roughly $1,500 in sales, the manager says what hurt most was not just turning away customers during rush hour, but having to send employees home who were dependent on their hours. Gonzalez says this is also only taking into consideration the price for the unit, not the labor for installation. Adding people should feel lucky to have their costs be under $2,000.
I quoted the owner who had the one stolen there $2,200 to replace it. I also recommended to them that they put a concrete pad and a steel cage over it. It's nothing less than $3,500.
Gonzalez says even implementing cages can only go so far. Regardless of the cage, he says he's noticed that these will just cut a bigger hole. This now creating a bigger issue as more cuts to these backflows could result in an increased charge for repairs.
It's just a hindrance. They can barely get to the lock, so if they don't bring a lot of tools, it's just a hindrance.
As of now, there aren't any laws that are geared towards backflow thefts. Gonzalez says it's unfortunate that there isn't much people can do to protect their businesses, but does urge people to consider installing cages around their backflows to hopefully deter thieves. In Bakersfield, Ruby Rivera, 23 ABC News, connecting you.
The property crime rate isn't only on the rise in Kern County, it's also increased across the state recently. We now take an in-depth look at the increase. According to the Public Policy Institute of California, the rate increased by 2.4% from 2020 to 2021. Of all reported property crimes in California in 2021, 63% were larceny thefts, 16% were burglaries, and 21% were auto thefts.